Okay, well, let's take the quiz and see what's up. Okay. Are there several sets of keys from the Aston Theater? Yes. Hey! How are you doing, Mariusk? How are you doing? So yeah, we know from, who did we talk to? It was the kid, right? Yes, yes. No, that's Lestrade. Where is the kid? Oh, there he is, Bruce Aston. There we go. Perfect. So yes, there are several sets of keys. Excellent. Perfect. So what's the next question? Did one of the actresses lose a red hair wig? Yes. And it was talking with you. You lost your wig and you were looking for it. So there's a red wig missing. There's an officer's uniform missing. So who was pretending to be who? Damn. Okay. All right. Oh, you're about to start your work day. Well, I'm very glad you could start it with us here. Hopefully you have a relatively low impact, low stress kind of day. Hopefully not too crazy. All right, so question 3. Could the discovery in the dressing room be connected to this case? The discovery in the dressing room? Wait, what is that? Discovery in the dressing room. There. Okay, yes. Yes. And the button, right? It's got to be the button at the top. Where are you? Yes, this has got to be it. Yes. That missing costume has to be it. There's a missing officer's costume, and there was an artillery uniform from a button missing. Absolutely. Okay, so that's a yes. Question number 4. Could the writing on the message to Veronica Davenport be found elsewhere? Huh. So there are 2 documents. What documents? Well, I guess one is the message written would be... Yeah, what else would it be? Wasn't there an observation about this? Hold on. Writing on the message found in the earring safe box corresponds to the writing of the visiting. Oh, that's what he's talking about. Okay, so it's the Louis Philippe. Okay, hold on. That is, so it's, first thing here, it's Desperate Message, and this, the Louis Philippe card, right? Yes. Okay. Okay, so yes, they can be found elsewhere. Okay. That's all of it? Okay, hopefully we got that right. I'm not super confident about this one, but I guess we'll see.
We must have made an error, Watson.
Damn.
Let's check our answers.
Oh, size, oh yes, we need this. We need this.
The questions should be answered yes or no and justified by the evidence or testimony received during the investigation.
Gotcha. Okay, so all suspect foot sizes. We haven't read this yet. All the men have shoe size approximately 7 except the following. Sir Bromsby, who is size 10. Oh. Wait. Hold on. Did Sir Bromsby commit a murder here? Coacher Lamb, who's a 9. Colonel Patterson, who's a 6. And Miss Bromsby, who is... And Miss Lambert, who are a 4. Oh. So the size 6... Wait, was Colonel Patterson? And Horace Fowlett. So Horace Fowlett was the... Oh, and Johansen is also a 10. Oh my god. So Horace also has a size 6, so that accounts for the fact that in his house there were size 6 shoes. Man. Okay, there's so much happening here. Alright, so quiz. What are we missing here? That's gotta be it, right? Those are definitely the 2 things. During, These have to be connected, right? Yeah, that's gotta be it. Or maybe, hold on. Down here. It's not Desperate Message because that's the message. Could the writing on the message to miss, so it's not this. You have to get something else in there. That makes sense. So where else did we find this? Let's switch to notes. Audience text? No. I'm not seeing... So we're looking for something that looks like this. It's like a cursive. Very fine. No, this is all stuff from Lestrade. Nope, that's not a match. Nope, not the book of poetry. Audience, no. No, it's definitely not the threats. On shop receipt, no. Not here, not that. Ooh, that's getting closer, but that's from Mycroft. So this is definitely one of the ones that matches. So it has to match this. So it's this fine cursive, like this nice E. Where else did we see that? No, that's not right. Huh. Not seeing anything here. Oh, that's kind of like it, but not quite. Anything in here? Book about footprints. No, no. Yeah, this is definitely one of them. No, it's not the medieval French art. Was it any of these? No, oh! It kind of looks like this. But that would be from Fowlet, which doesn't make any sense. No. Oh! It matches this, though. That's definitely the same E. Okay, so let's try putting that there instead. Instead of desperate message, put this.
It is simplicity itself, Watson.
Okay.
Have answered all the
That's
questions.
not too bad. Okay. So congratulations, you have successfully completed your investigation. The following questions are optional, and you don't have to answer them correctly to reach the last step of the game. Man, that's a tongue twister. Okay, so who killed Sir Bromsby? Man. This one is a real head scratcher. So I hold on. So what? Oh my God. We have to try to figure out who. Oh my God. You did not answer correctly. Do you want to proceed? No. I want to see if we can deduce this. So Sir Bromsby was killed by someone with the 7 foot, or I guess size 7 foot. And it has to be someone who is hiding there. Was it? Oh, man, my guess would be Fowlet, but that doesn't make any sense. Why would he do it? Like, Grimble makes sense, right? It has to be someone with a size 7. So, hold on. Oh, these are all our... Oh. Wait, can I go back? Oh, no, I wanted to read more. Oh, damn it. Okay. So, who killed Sir Bromsby? It's definitely not the doctor. Definitely not... Oh, wow. This is literally everyone we've met. So we haven't seen these people, so we don't have a portrait for them. So I highly doubt it's them. Okay. Huh. I don't know if I have a... Like, it has to be someone who... So my immediate guesses are... It's got to be someone who's like a good shot. So it's either... Or it could have been Fowlet. Man, this is tough. But wait, he's not even here. Wait, where is he? No. Kirby. Well, he's not here. Yeah, Fowlet isn't here. So that means... I'm guessing one of the military guys, right? Huh. It's either him or it's Wyatt. It's either Lockhart, Pattison, or Harrington, or Wyatt. But why? I guess let's go backwards, because I think Fowlet was killed by Wyatt. That I am very certain of. Right? Like, he's definitely the one that I feel most confident has the most motive to kill him. No one else has a motive to kill Fowlet. Because everyone besides, obviously, Bromsby benefits from Fowlet being dead. Like, no one benefits at all, because otherwise the draft of the will doesn't come out, all this stuff doesn't come out. Wyatt Collins would be getting revenge. Now the question is, who killed Johansen? Well, I have no idea. I don't know what his involvement is. Yeah, that's a really tough one. Who killed Veronica Davenport? This one I feel like has to be Jefferies, right? Because how else would the earring make it back but not her? So, where is he? Where is... We don't know what he looks like. Yeah, where's Jefferies? Am I just missing him? No, not here. Yeah, there's Grimble. It's gotta be Jefferies. He's the only one who could have killed her. Veronica Davenport, Wyatt Collins. I don't think Veronica Davenport killed herself. But I don't understand. Where is he? Am I just missing him? No, I don't see him here. Yeah, he's... I think I'm missing somebody? So who killed Jefferies? Well, we haven't found a body for him. Wait, I guess we could guess Richards, but... Or I guess we could guess Veronica. But maybe nobody? Because we don't know he's dead. Who killed Hunter? Oh, man. This is a very good question. So I think whoever killed Bromsby had to have killed Hunter. Because the whole idea is that both of them were killed by, like, an expert marksman. Man, I wish I could read my notes. Huh. Because I'm trying to remember who of the, like, since we know that Fowlett can't be here, it has to be whoever, it has to be one of the military guys. Because no one else was a good marksman. Yeah, it's either Lockhart, Patterson, or Harrington. So we know that Patterson was at the bar the whole time. And yeah, I don't know. Lockhart is too minor a character, so is it Harrington? So then if he killed Hunter, oh, maybe, no, hold on. I wonder if Miss Lavinia killed Bromsby and Hunter was, I wonder if Hunter saw that she was there, because remember, he was the only one looking in that direction, and he could have broken their testimony. Maybe. But then also, didn't Hunter, oh man, now I'm extra confused, because if Hunter had because Hunter had the earring, he had the receipt for the earring. Huh. I have no idea who killed Veronica Davenport. I'm gonna get, it had to be Jefferies, right? But the problem is, Jefferies isn't here. Like, I don't see him. He's the only one who could have killed her. Because no women died, so he was the only one who had, he was the only one who had last contact with her. But I don't see him on the list here. Yep. Roundtree, Hurley, Murray, Kirby, Aston, Wilcox, Sullivan, Small, Doris, Richards, Poole, Lamb, Wyatt Collins. I have no idea who would have killed Johansen. I'm going to say if you killed Hunter, maybe you killed Bromsby. But I don't know why you would have killed Bromsby. Unless you and... Yeah, other than the fact that maybe you and Miss Lavinia were in cahoots. Yeah, maybe the two of them are... Oh, because remember, Sherlock is pretty iffy on Harrington. That's probably our best bet on him being a suspicious guy. Wyatt, I think, definitely killed Follett. No idea who killed Johansen. I don't even know if she's dead. I guess by this being... Like, I'm going to say maybe nobody killed both of them. Maybe they're both alive. Maybe Veronica and Jefferies are still alive, but yeah. The fact that Jefferies isn't here is very confusing, because maybe then Jefferies is the one who's dead. I mean, it says that this is optional, so we can just move on, but I do kind of want to try to get it. Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I have no idea for the rest. Those are my only guesses, is that Harrington, being the marksman, he's the only one who has any shooting experience that we talked to. Yeah, I have no idea about the rest. I don't even know if they're dead. I'm going to say maybe nobody for her? Maybe they're both alive? Who killed Johansen? No idea. Why would anyone kill him? Unless maybe Richards? I don't know. That's my wild guess. All right, let's do it. You do not answer correctly. Oh. Okay. Yeah, do you know what? Let's go. I have no idea who it is. Those are my best guesses. So let's find out. Oh, I'm very curious. There's so much going on here. Okay. What's the deal?
Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, I feel relieved that everything is settled.
Has it, though?
The inspector told me that you were not as useful as you had hoped in this case, but you did your best, and I am grateful to you.
Dear Lestrade, well, the inspector deliberately minimized my role in this matter.
Oh, yes.
So that I could reveal a secret to you.
Oh, okay.
I wish Lieutenant Harrington could be here now, but...
He had to leave for London on a very urgent business.
Okay.
But how could you know?
It is my business to know, Miss Bromsby. Thus, I am able to tell you about the case of the silver earring. Everything begins
So is it
on
all
that
about
sad
the earring?
afternoon, which was to celebrate your birthday.
Yes.
And ended with the untimely death of
That
your
was
father.
her makeup powder.
Miss Bromsby, you did not murder your father. I kissed your hand that day and did not detect even the slightest smell of gunpowder.
Very
I also
clever,
discovered
Holmes.
powder traces that proved the shot was fired from behind the second side door.
Exactly.
You were not seen
It
at
couldn't have
that
been
door.
her.
But where did the murderer go after taking his shot? Everyone who tried to exit through the side entrance found it blocked.
Exactly, so
According
they
to
locked it
witnesses
behind them.
and other evidence, none of the guests could have possibly been the murderer because they were all present in the ballroom.
Apparently.
No one left through the service door, and traces confirm that no one could have fled by using the staircase.
Was someone pretending to be
The windows in
Harrington?
the kitchen, as elsewhere in the manor, were appointed with thick bars. Thus, they offered no escape.
Yeah.
So did he vanish into thin air? In
No.
fact, one of the parties did leave the ballroom and went to the kitchen corridor.
Yes.
He left to meet his accomplice, who was not an invited guest. This accomplice was a professional actor who was disguised to resemble our missing invitee.
Wait.
This guest hid under voile in the
Yes,
shadow
yes,
of a
yes.
statue and waited for his moment.
Okay.
Meanwhile, his twin acted out his part in the ballroom
His
and provided the
twin?
murderer with a perfect alibi.
Oh.
When the killer heard the applause, he left his hiding place, aimed, took his shot,
Yeah.
and hit his target. It is important to know that the actor was well placed at the manor. He secured entry to the manor by impersonating a French head waiter. Using his position, he persuaded
was
those in
the
charge
French
to
guy.
use long tablecloths and to arrange the tables in a most
So
peculiar
no one could
manner.
see the
When
door.
the shooting occurred, our actor joined the crowd and rapidly crept across the room, concealed under the tables.
Wow.
As he neared the side door,
Oh, he made a
rose from beneath
pathway.
the last table and acted as if he had been jostled and fallen. However, as he stood, he accidentally snagged a small piece of his dirty glove upon a chair. When he arrived at the door, which was held closed by the murderer, he tapped on it using a prearranged code. And
Oh,
was
wow.
allowed
This is
entry.
elaborate.
He exited to the corridor while his partner continued to hold the door shut against all
But
others.
who?
The actor discarded his disguise in the deep kitchen well, helped himself to 2 bottles of excellent whiskey, and quietly went outside.
Okay.
The assassin waited several minutes. Then, in the last seconds of the confusion, he returned to the ballroom.
Because remember, the red
crime
hair was
committed
missing
by an
too.
individual whom everyone swears was in the room when the shot was fired.
But this agrees with my conclusions. Richard is an actor, and everyone swears that Grimble was in the room. I didn't consider the
No.
course of events as you described, Holmes, but admitted, our deductions agree. Moreover, both of these suspects are similar in size and manner.
No, it doesn't
Your
make any
theory
sense, though.
presumes that Grimble is an excellent shot.
Yeah, he's
which
not.
Is false.
Yeah.
It also takes on faith that Sir Bromsby had discovered the misappropriations, supplying Grimble his motive. But irrefutable proof that neither Grimble nor Richards were guilty waited at Horace Fowlet's. The matter of his pillow.
But there was no pillow at Horace Fowlet's.
Nevertheless,
Why would
Mr.
they
Fowlet
need the
slept
pillow
with
to
one.
disguise
When
themselves?
I arrived at his home, I believed him already dead. Therefore, the news of his hasty departure came as no surprise. From the evidence obtained at his home and the statements of his neighbor, I learned the following. On the evening of his death, Mr. Fowlet was visited by a man who desired to sell him some exotic trifle. While this man distracted Mr. Fowlet, a second man quietly crept into the house and tried to open his safe.
Two men tried to murder
This
him.
individual was well acquainted with the house and the location of the safe. But when he failed to open it, he most likely became enraged and killed
So was
Mr.
it
Fowlet.
Grimble?
This individual, Miss Bromsby, was your cousin, Wyatt Collins.
Oh, it was
who returned
Wyatt.
to England
Okay.
under the name Johansen.
But what about this
Oh.
pillow?
Mr. Fowlet's pillow had vanished.
Johansen
Later, Dr.
was
Watson discovered
Wyatt.
a feather from the pillow in the train compartment used
Right.
by the man who impersonated Fowlet.
Mhm.
But why did Fowlet's impersonator take the pillow, and why didn't the station manager notice it?
Exactly.
Mr. Fowlet was short, but very portly. In
Yeah.
order to imitate him, the man used the pillow to create
So it couldn't
the
have been a
appearance of
larger
stouter
man, like
There is no
Grimble
other
or Mr.
explanation.
Richards.
This man was a much leaner man than
Exactly.
Mr. Fowlet, Mr. Grimble, or Mr. Richards.
Then, Holmes, who did murder Sir Bromsby? And for what reason?
You'll see, Lestrade, when it's a question of multiple murders,
Yeah.
except
What
for the
connects
deviant
them?
ones, there are two primary motives, revenge and greed.
Yes.
Wyatt Collins' presence at Fowlet's tells us his motive was about
revenge.
his wealth. He went there for the express purpose
Yeah.
of stealing the will so that he would receive at least a portion of Bromsby's estate.
Right.
If his uncle had died with no will found, Collins would have been entitled to a share of the inheritance.
Right, being
under
that he was
English
his
law.
nephew.
But if my cousin failed in his attempt and the evidence clears my name, though I am to inherit, why were my father and cousin murdered?
Right. That is
Besides,
curious.
tomorrow I am to announce my engagement and will be married.
Unless Harrington is
Holmes,
after it.
hold on. There is a flaw in your reasoning.
No, no,
There is
no.
only one key for the door to the cement factory, and
No, there were
Grimble is the only
two.
person known to have it. So he must be directly involved in the murder of Johansen. I mean,
No,
Collins.
no, no, no.
Is that true, Lestrade? Mr. Richards told me that there was indeed a second key which
Yes.
was lost. And have you forgotten the murder of the barman hunter?
Exactly.
A young man without any criminal record.
He must be the
whose sole
accomplice.
interests were painting and flowers.
Or maybe he saw
Why
it.
was he murdered in cold blood?
Yeah.
With no signs of forceful entry or
He must have
suspicious
seen
motive.
something.
Simply put, he was killed because he was present when your father was murdered. But why Hunter?
Yeah.
What did he see or hear? And above all, how did he acquire the earring of Miss
It's
Veronica
gotta be-
Davenport, the leading actress
It's
of
gotta
the
be
Fairfax
Harrington.
Theatre and Dwight Richards' mistress?
I can stand this no more. My thoughts are dazed. Will you finally reveal who murdered my father?
The murderer? Here he comes now.
Oh,
I understand your
damn.
feelings of incredulity, but I have never been more serious. You must know that the first person who enters this room is the murderer of your father. Miss
Oh,
Watson.
damn.
I will provide irrefutable proof of their guilt.
Ho, 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 ho. Okay, so we did get this right.
Well, good afternoon, gentlemen.
Oh.
You made the right choice to leave London. It is unbearably foggy.
Wait.
But Lavinia, darling, what's going on?
This is the guy who
She
impersonated him.
But how? I mean, what? What does she know? I don't understand.
she knows,
Whatever
buddy.
do you mean?
Oh no, you understand me clearly, Mr. Harrington. And
Yeah.
you also, Spencer. Or should I say, Mr. Jefferies?
Explain yourself,
Wait,
Mr.
Spencer
Holmes.
is Mr.
What a monstrous
Jefferies.
misunderstanding.
Oh, I've just explained myself to Miss Bromsby about the
Whoa.
truth of her father's murder. But I can tell the story again from the very beginning. It begins several years ago. Wyatt Collins, the nephew
Okay.
of Mr. Bromsby, is forced by his uncle to leave England for South
Yep,
America.
we knew about that.
His hatred is fostered by the ingratitude he perceives in Sir Bromsby.
Mm-hmm.
Wasn't his uncle's career financed by his mother's money?
That's
In
what he was talking about
Collins'
in his
mind,
note.
Melvin Bromsby
Yes.
owes him an eternal debt of gratitude.
At least half of his
and was
fortune.
thus obliged to finance Collins' indolent lifestyle, fulfilling his every need.
Okay,
Here's our first criminal, Wyatt Collins.
gotcha.
Then we have you, Mr. Harrington. You were a brilliant student at the military academy and are an excellent shot.
That was the thing that gave it away for me. No one else could have made those shots.
With sufficient skills to make the shot that took
So he was the actual assassin.
During my
Mr. Jefferies was pretending to be him at the bar.
Officers of Her Majesty's Army enjoy great favor around the world for administrative positions. You left India and made your way to Brazil, where you obtained the position as warden of the prison in Guaquiamo.
The warden who gave him
Deny
leniency.
your presence there.
Like
The
Wyatt.
pictures in your hunting portfolio could have been taken nowhere else in the world except
So he was in Guaquiamo.
We now have our second criminal,
Yes.
Lieutenant Harrington. Mr. Jefferies, your arrival in Guaquiamo set things in motion. The theatre company had come to Brazil as part of their worldwide tour. You had been involved with the lovely Veronica Davenport and loved her with a passionate yet possessive love. However, Miss Davenport did not share your affections.
And that was the desperate note.
Several times to end your affair prior to the company's arrival in Guaquiamo. It seems she was
So she wasn't going to leave with him.
Richards and would never leave him. After you arrived, you frequented the town's bawdier spots. This is where you first met.
Very interesting. Whoa, this is a wild mystery.
It seems tedium and heartbreak do bring certain people together.
Okay.
After the performance, maddened by alcohol and grief, you killed Miss Davenport because she had rejected your love. You then fled to your newfound friend, the warden.
Wow, this is way wilder than I would have guessed.
In a show of friendship, he helped dispose of her corpse and directed suspicions towards your rival, Dwight Richards. Afterwards, you lay low, leaving the others to believe that you had been killed or had gone missing.
Wow.
You stayed hidden until they had departed.
And then you
must
reappeared.
have kept Miss Davenport's earring as some morbid souvenir.
That's why.
No doubt
But
you
wait.
also retained not only the key to the Fairfax Theatre, but the keys from Aston's,
But
where
how did
you had been
Hunter
employed
get the
several
earring?
years earlier. Here, then, is our third felon,
Mr. Jefferies.
Life was difficult in Brazil for our trio. Mr. Jefferies rarely went out. Mr. Harrington's men were talking behind his back, and Mr. Collins' funds were inadequate.
Okay.
One evening, Collins spoke of his cousin, who, in a few months' time, was to return to England
Of course.
from finishing school.
Yes.
She was also the sole heir to one of the greatest fortunes in England.
So they got an idea.
Imagine these three
Yes.
men besotted with alcohol, considering the wealth that would one day pass to this slip of a girl. A terrible plan was devised.
So this was all just so
Several
that they
days
could get
later, they
her
left for
inheritance.
England, false papers for two of their party in hand, resolved to seize a portion, if not all, of
Wow.
this great inheritance.
Incredible.
Yes, incredible. And horribly true.
Yeah.
At first, their plan was to forge a duplicate will or destroy the original so that Mr. Collins would receive a share of the estate. This would happen soon enough, as they would murder
And that's
Sir
why they
Bromsby
broke into
at his daughter's
Fowlett's.
birthday reception. It was essential that Collins enter the country under false papers, so that neither his uncle nor the authorities would be alerted.
Yes,
to
they
his
wouldn't know
presence
that
in
Wyatt
England.
was back.
This would avoid any suspicion.
And he was
attaching
hiding
him
out
for
in the
his
forest.
uncle's death when he arrived to claim his inheritance. They quickly put their plans into effect. Mr. Jefferies arrived at the household in the guise of a stylish French head waiter and studied the lay of the manor. Mr. Harrington, the assassin, would accompany a person with rather poor eyesight to the reception so that the illusion of the fake Mr. Harrington would go unchallenged.
So that when they
As
swapped,
the head waiter,
it wouldn't be
Jefferies
known.
was in a unique position to study the guest list.
Oh, that's
He
clever.
quickly learned that two of the guests, Miss Roundtree
So,
and Colonel Patterson, had
Mr.
both poor
Jefferies,
eyesight and were
pretending to
unaccompanied.
be Harrington, went
Lieutenant
with the
Harrington
colonel.
was quite busy in the days before the reception. He courted Miss Roundtree with great dedication and made fast friends with the colonel. He hoped to secure one, if not two, invitations to the reception. Your arrival as the colonel's guest was your first error, Harrington. Is it credible that a young officer who left the army because of his hatred towards all military
Why would he
authority
be
would
hanging
easily
out with him?
befriend a man who embodies everything that he detests?
Very strange. That is a
But your
good
efforts bore
clue
fruit,
there.
And you obtained your invitation. Mr. Jefferies, as head waiter, took great care that the tables
create the
and
path.
tablecloths were arranged specifically to accommodate their schemes.
Oh, wow.
Mr. Jefferies then secured the disguise for his role as the false Lieutenant Harrington. He remembered that an officer's
Yeah, he had the
uniform similar
costume
to Lieutenant Harrington
and the red hair wig.
wig
Yep.
identical to the colouring of the lieutenant's hair, were in storage at the Fairfax Theatre.
Uh-huh.
He learned that the company had taken up residence at the site of the old Aston Theatre, for
Yep.
which he still had the key. It was therefore a simple matter for him to acquire these items for his
And then just
masquerade.
slip back out.
They now only lacked the will, which Mr. Collins presumed was kept at Flowlet's house. Their plan was to
Right.
take these papers prior to the murder of Sir Bromsby, so that Flowlet would be unaware of either their presence or substitution
Oh, man.
until it was too late.
That
things went
is
badly.
pretty devious.
Mr. Jefferies tried to divert Mr. Flowlet, but he must have been alerted by some noise, as Collins struggled vainly
Oh,
to
right,
open
because he
the
was
safe.
trying to break into the
Upon being
safe.
discovered, Collins killed Fowlet on the spot. The two conspirators then left the house in such a way that witnesses believed it was Fowlet himself who had left. They
Right.
would now have to find another way to get hold of the money.
You know, with the pillow.
Because no doubt Sir Bromsby had disinherited Collins in favour of his daughter.
Uh-huh.
They decided to take the money from his daughter, a young, naive and vulnerable young woman. On the day of reception, Mr. Harrington arrived with Jefferies, disguised as his servant Spencer and the Colonel.
Oh.
With the promise of whiskey,
That's
Jefferies
who
easily
he
secured the
was.
unwitting aid of two fellow servants and assumed a position at the service door.
Oh, wow.
He wagered that he could pinch 2 or 3 good bottles of liquor from the kitchen.
That's
if
where the
his
liquor
companions
went.
would cover for him.
Oh.
I have just explained what happened next. After the shooting, he took 2 bottles of excellent whiskey.
Yep.
Only someone knowledgeable would have taken these 2 bottles over the others, and Mr. Jefferies had been formerly employed at a luxurious hotel in France.
Oh,
Upon
that I
his
didn't
return,
remember.
He gave an accounting to his fellow servants, did his hair, and left the manor. The promised delivery of the liquor and his frightened look secured the 2 men's cooperation in providing his alibi. They could not have known his true role in these events.
So that's he was
The
alibied
one
by
problem
the
for
2
conspirators
guys.
was the barman Simon Hunter. He had perfect eyesight, unlike the colonel,
Yep.
and realized that the man who claimed to be near the bar at the time of the murder had in fact lied. He
Oh,
hinted
man.
as much to Mr. Harrington and most certainly intended blackmail. As they were
So they
short
took
on
care
funds,
of it.
The accomplices gave him Miss Davenport's earring as collateral. and
That's
pledged
how
to
he
return
got
with the money
the
he
silver
demanded.
earring.
That night, when Lieutenant Harrington visited us in London, he had just come from Simon Hunter's.
Oh.
Hunter had told Harrington that the earring had been pawned and he would not reveal the name of the shop unless Harrington paid him his money.
Oh,
Mr.
man.
Harrington
That's a
ruthlessly
bold
killed
move.
Hunter,
Trying to
and the
blackmail a
earring so
murderer?
precious to Mr. Jefferies was lost. Earlier that morning, Jefferies lured Collins to the cement factory on the pretext of fabricating false evidence against Grimble. But they no longer needed Collins to acquire
Right, they
the
didn't
Bromsby
need Collins, so
fortune.
they got rid of him.
Mr. Harrington would wed
Less
the
money to
heiress,
split.
Then, after a reasonable time, they would cause her untimely death,
Oh,
and they
man.
would take it all. So Mr. Jefferies murdered Collins and made sure his body was barely recognizable.
Yes, they put him in the quick
If he
the
was
quick lie.
identified, it would not affect their plans, as they believed leaving
Or the line,
corpse
yeah,
at the
quick line.
cement factory would direct
Yes.
suspicion towards Grimble. When Mr. Harrington came to see us, he
Mm-hmm.
learned we were hot on Collins' trail and had traced his movements up to the factory. He assumed we would go there within the hour and left to quickly round up his associates and devise a plan. Jefferies,
Uh-huh.
from his days at the Fairfax Theatre, knew an Asian of questionable talents who had no visible
Oh,
ties with this
right.
case and could attack
meet up
us
at the
without
theater.
drawing suspicion their way. We avoided this attack, and from that moment,
Well,
I
no
was
thanks to
convinced of
Watson.
Lieutenant Harrington's involvement in the conspiracy. The last elements of proof were revealed at the vagrants' camp near the monastery outside
Okay.
of London.
Man, this is
Mr.
wild.
Jefferies had tramped through England in his past and might have thought to hide Collins in the forest near the Richmond's Abbey.
Okay.
The very day that I was there, he tried to destroy all
Yeah, so
evidence
Mr.
of Collins'
Jefferies
murder.
did this.
Fortunately, he did not manage to destroy everything. It seems
Yeah, we
Collins,
definitely did that on the
foreseeing
first try.
possible death, left a small surprise for his accomplices. It would be easily missed, except by someone who observes all and misses nothing.
Exactly.
But this is merely some draft to lull us to sleep, Mr. Holmes. Lavinia, surely you can't believe these mad
No, don't believe a
accusations.
word of
They
his
arise from
lies.
nothing. What proof do you offer for what you say? None.
Believe what you will, Mr. Harrington. I will warn you that Mr. Collins left a letter written in his own hand, which named yourself and Mr. Jefferies and accused you both of complicity in the murder of his uncle.
Oh.
At this very moment, Inspector Lestrade's men
I
are
mean,
conducting a search
I don't
of your
remember
rooms.
reading that letter.
They will find the evidence that, when added to the accusations within this letter, will prove your guilt beyond all doubt.
Oh, damn.
The Chirapaqui cigarettes, your portfolio, as well as a feather
Yeah,
from
that's-
the pillow which was taken from Horace Fowlett's. These items prove my deductions.
Hell
I
yeah,
suggest
they
we wait
do.
here for their arrival with these proofs, and I assure you our wait will be brief.
Bravo, Mr.
Oh.
Holmes. Well done. Accept my apologies, my dear Lavinia. I think under the circumstances it would be best if we postponed our
Yeah,
engagement.
you might want to call
I'm
off that
sorry for your
engagement.
father, but what do you expect? We had to give it our best shot.
Oh, damn.
Where is the earring now?
Truly,
You will tell me
some
where
unscrupulous
is it?
bastards.
Unless you tell me at once where the earring is, no one will leave this room
Why do you
alive.
want the earring so bad?
Don't you understand? You are all going to die.
Buddy, I don't think you got the upper hand here. Oh, Watson?
They are all yours.
Oh, no, it's
Lestrade.
Mr. Grimble.
I suggest you return
Oh.
with your agents
Ooh.
to London as soon as possible. Thank you, Mr. Grimble, for
Oh.
literally applying my precepts.
Oh,
Watson,
buddy.
let us escort Miss Bromsby
Mr.
to her
Grimble,
rooms. She will need
You're
her rest.
you're not doing so bad. You saved our butts.
Holmes?
Holmes.
Collins never named either Harrington
No, he
or
didn't.
Jefferies in his letter.
Indeed, Watson, but they could not have known.
No.
I played my bluff. and they believed me.
Exactly. I was going to say, I don't remember reading that.
Where did he appear from?
You can now boast that one of the most influential men in England served as your driver. Since my visit to Fowlett's, I knew that Grimble had nothing to do with this crime. I asked him to assist with the investigation, and it was at my request that he took steps to acquire Bromsby Enterprises. He gained us precious time by forcing Harrington and Jefferies to wait and see if Miss Bromsby would inherit. He ran quite a risk in doing me this favor.
Oh,
because their
very
costs
clever.
then
So
turned against
Grimble
me.
was actually on
I
our
also
side
asked
for
him
like
to
half
send
of
a
this.
letter
Secretly.
which lured the two murderers away from the hall. I needed a moment to explain everything to Miss Lavinia. It would be dreadful if she fell into the hands of her father's killer.
Yeah, that'd be pretty
From the
bad.
beginning, Grimble was concerned only with saving her inheritance. He never once doubted her innocence.
Oh.
Nevertheless, didn't he misappropriate those funds?
Indeed, but not for his own profit. It was solely to protect his friend Bromsby. An ex-architect with whom he had quarrelled, Mr. Waters, had contacted Sir Bromsby before this intrigue began.
Yeah.
Waters learned from Captain Bowie that Sir Bromsby had encouraged certain actions against workers hired to build a bridge in India. That project was the bridge over the Kalidasa
I
Abyss.
see.
Waters blackmails Bromsby from afar. Grimble received the letters and considered them to be quite serious. He knew his hot-tempered friend well.
Okay, that
and
explains
preferred
that.
to conceal the blackmail attempt for fear of disastrous consequences.
Gotcha.
So Grimble made regular payments to Waters in exchange.
So
for
it wasn't
his
misappropriation, it was him
Unfortunately,
saving
Collins
his
discovered
friend's
the
butt.
arrangement while he was working at the cement factory and threatened to reveal everything. Grimble could not afford for that to occur. He managed to rid himself of Collins by sending him to Fowlett. Then it was
Right.
Bromsby's turn to discover the blackmail by sheer accident. He was angered, but before he could decide his next move, Mr. Waters died suddenly and removed all
Oh,
threats.
well, that ends the blackmail.
When Grimble learned that
Yep.
Waters had died, he confessed all to Bromsby. He noted that the money paid was a pittance when measured against Bromsby Enterprises.
Well,
and
yeah,
that the
exactly. It
same
wasn't a
amount
lot of
could not
money.
be applied in other ways. India had enriched them so greatly, and Bromsby had been cursed over the harm done to the Indian people in his employment. It was decided that these same funds would now be sent on a monthly basis to a Bombay orphanage in the care of a Sergeant Brahma. It is possible that
So the
Bromsby
money was
intended to
being,
increase his
it wasn't
patronage,
misappropriated,
and
it
this
was
the
he who's
important
now
news he
redirecting it
intended
to
reveal the
an
press
orphanage there.
At his daughter's reception. It was she who had harshly reproached him regarding his behavior towards the Indians in his employ. Do you remember the words from that poem which he had written into his notes? It said that the
I forgot about
ungrateful
this.
always die miserably.
Yes.
Indeed, Holmes. But there
Oh.
is one thing that I still don't understand.
What's that?
Why did you ask Lestrade to put Richards behind bars?
Oh, yeah,
Wasn't
that is
guilty
weird.
of any crime,
Yeah.
but you treated him as a murderer.
I advised Lestrade that it would be prudent to place Richard in custody so we could protect him from harm.
Oh, because they might be after
him.
him.
Wise and intelligent man. He would have recognized Harrington and Jefferies on sight.
Right.
When he realized that Jefferies was alive and that I possessed
If he
the missing
recognized
earring,
Jefferies, they
he
would have
drawn
murdered him.
the same conclusions as I. So this investigation would have been stopped killed by one or two more murders.
I see.
Okay,
Well,
okay, that
Watson,
wraps
you
it up
seem
all
to
neat
know
and
everything.
tidy.
Tell me, please, that small missive which I can see on the desk. It contains 2 invitations to the opera's opening night, does it not? If so, we shall finally have our opportunity to hear this marvelous soprano. Well,
Excellent.
What do you say, Watson?
You two enjoy your opera date as a reward for your well-solved mystery. That was really good. Other than the fact that I definitely feel like this fits into the category of the Sherlock Holmes mysteries where you aren't provided all of the knowledge, so you can't really solve the mystery the way that Sherlock does. But I enjoyed the heck out of this. I thought this was really well done. Considering this game is like 17 years old, I thought it was like a really fun mystery. I thought it had some really good puzzles. Some of them were a little arcane, a little hard to get through, but honestly, I really did enjoy this a lot. I think the Frogwares Sherlock Holmes games are treasures to be cherished. They've got so much charm and character. And yeah, I think they're just fun mysteries. This one, I also feel like the puzzle design and the quizzes that you do also really do a good job of making you feel like that you are deducing the mystery yourself, that you are working it out in the way that Sherlock would. You know, especially the stuff where you have to read through all the documents, pay attention to what people are saying to you, pay attention to what inventory items that you're collecting. I think it's a game that definitely rewards your observation skills, and I think that is rare for an adventure game to do, to really get that vibe down. Yeah, this was a lot of fun to go back and play after going through pretty much every Sherlock Holmes game leading up to Chapter 1. But yeah, this was so much fun to play, and I hope you had as much fun coming along for the ride.